Welcome back to EpicAirsoftHD. This week we have another pistol for review. Actually it's our first CO2 pistol that we've ever had on the show, so pretty interested to do this. This one was sent over from the guys at Redwolf UK, Gaz specifically, so massive thanks to him of course for doing that for us. It's the first one we've ever done, so let's have a look at the gun. Lots of firsts. Alright, there's some nice stuff here. We've got some stickers, came with the gun. Nice Redwolf Airsoft patch, probably be rocking that out in the field pretty shortly. And we've got a compliment slip here from Gaz himself. Hope you enjoy reviewing the pistol. Me too, so let's have a look at it. Alright, pistol itself is black in finish. Of course, if you saw a review of my own Marui Night Warrior custom, they call it Night Warrior to go over the trademarks, you can check that review out there. I kept calling it a Nighthawk because I've always wanted to get my hands on a Nighthawk trade pistol. So this is one of those kind of guns that's kind of highly sought after. If you know who Nighthawk are, I mean, you should do. I'll put a link in the description below, you can check out their pistols. They do very, very highly customized 1911s, probably the best out there. So let's have a look at this pistol in particular. Top slide is typical of Nighthawk custom. The big deep serrations in there, so you can cock the pistol from the front or the rear nicely. Of course, your slide lock on this side, it's not ambidextrous. This gun's probably built for a kind of right-hander more than a left-hander. I'm going to take the magazine out. I know that that CO2 bottle is actually out, so I'm going to leave that out and I'll show you how to change that over and what the difference between CO2 and normal green gas is. So, skeletonized hammer there, very nice. Of course, if I cock it back as well, I'll show you the rear safety. Thumb safety is very nice. You've got nice detail in there as well. It's got a little red dot to tell you that the gun is ready to fire. When you click it up, of course, now your safety is engaged and won't fire. When I slap this down, the gun won't fire unless I've got my hand around on the back strap safety. Once I've got my finger around there, the hammer engages and it'll of course fire a BB. Right, let's have a look at the magazine. The magazine itself doesn't have a gas reservoir, instead it uses a CO2 bottle. To get that out of there, you have to get the key that came with the gun. It's just a normal hex key. It comes with it, of course. If you've got your own key to make this easier, one of the ones with a handle on it, even better. So let's get this empty one out here and we'll change it over for a fresh one. I've got my safety glasses here as well, which is obviously an important thing. Alright, you just take the Allen screw out is enough so it releases the CO2 bottle. It'll only push out one side as well, so it's kind of easy to put back in. I'm going to line this back up again, so when we put our new fresh bottle in, I don't have to wind it quite so much. So, our new fresh bottle, there's a pin inside the magazine here that when I put this in, it'll line up with. And when I screw in this screw, I'm just going to hand tighten it slightly. I'm going to put my eye protection on. I always recommend using eye protection when you use anything that's got a pressure in it. You don't want to get anything in your eye at all. So once you kind of tightened up gently, then you give it a kind of half a turn. You can listen for it, the gas actually escaping the bottle. So there we go. Right, now we can put this in the gun. It's quite stiff because the gun's brand new. Slide release. You can see the CO2 is much more of a kick than a standard green gas. That's because the gas expands much quicker than a green gas gun. Yeah, nice kick throwback. Right, let's go through some of the other features of this gun. I'm going to take my eye pro back off again. The skeletonized trigger is a very nice finish. You've got a kind of matte silver finish to that as well, and of course as well your barrel there also has a matte finish. One thing I did notice with this gun, and it's a big notice, it comes dry. Now by dry I mean it has no lubrication. I know you have a lot of sexual innuendo comments in the comments box for that, but I'll take the slide off. So that's your slide catch. This slides off, and as you can see inside there, there's absolutely no grease or anything. Now that can be seen as a good thing because you can get your own kind of lube in there, whatever you want to use. I know a lot of guys use frog lube. If you want to use lithium grease, silicone, it's up to yourself really. As long as you don't get it in the hop unit, then you're all good. But I do recommend greasing your gun up before you actually put any use into it. So we'll put this slide back on. It's obviously very easy to reassemble and take down if you've used the 1911 before. If not, there are plenty of tutorials there, and I'll link a couple down in the links in the description below, because I think it's always worthwhile if you're investing a lot of money in a gas pistol or a CO2 pistol like this one, that you look after it really well. So a bit finicky to get on. It helps if I pull the trigger. Once it's on there, obviously the lack of lube isn't helping, but I can't complain about that too much. Okay, slide catch back in. And what we'll do is, as soon as I get this back in, we'll take this gun out on a 30-metre range and we'll see how it does accuracy-wise. Okay, we're out here in the 30-metre range. We've got a target set up there, and we're going to be looking at the gripping that the pistol's going to get. It's kicking really hard. It's so hard that it's actually loosened up the next torch that I've got on the gun, and it actually fell off during one of our tests. So we like to warm up the hub unit, sight in the gun a wee bit, and have an idea what it's going to do. So that was pretty impressive. First gun that's ever done that. So shows you the kind of power of CO2. The kick is really, really sweet. So let's see what we can do at this target. I've got the next torch on there. It gives me a better idea where the BBs are going, if you're kind of wondering. So let's fire at the target. Okay, let's have a look at the target. Okay, before we have a look at the target that we just shot, I'm going to show you some other things that we've had questions about pistols before. Holster compatibility. I've got a Phobos Taglite holster here as well, so I'm going to use this, and I've also got that Serpa down there too. I haven't just been having this in my hip to look badass or whatever, it's actually there as a purpose. So it fits really well, snug in there. Not that this is any use on these jeans that I'm wearing, they're awful loose, but it does holster pretty well. So we'll take the next torch off. Next thing we need to know is, does it fit a Serpa? I know a lot of you guys prefer this as your weapon holster. So let's find out. This is a railed version, of course, so, and it locks into place. Can I get it back out? Yes, I can. So there you go. If you've got a Serpa, or you're planning on getting a Serpa in this gun, then it will actually fit. Just make sure you've got the 1911 version that is meant to take a tack rail. The only thing is, if you want to go for, you know, put a flashlight or something on it, you're going to have to take it off before it will fit in the Serpa. If you're going for the Phobos one, it will actually take a tag light. It's just harder to get in and out. So good options there. Also, I wanted to go over the rear sights. The rear sights are actually beautiful. I really, really like them. They're not got the tritium or the kind of glow in the dark on them, but they are really nice. They're really bright white, and also they're really sharp. They're not this crappy paint that you normally get on, you know, other kind of cheap pistols. This isn't your kind of cheap pistol variant. So you can pick up this gun for around £130, £140. Of course, I'll put a link in the description below. So let's have a look at the accuracy test. As some of you might well have noticed, the gun was kicking like a mule. So we got a nice neat grip in here, which is really, really good, spectacular for a pistol. It's about equal to the AK700 that we did last week. We got one fly here, one out here, two missed the target completely, and that, to be honest, is my own error. I was trying to correct the recoil too much, and I kind of moved the vise a wee bit, but there you go, you get a great idea of what the accuracy is like. If it wasn't kicking so hard in the vise, maybe it would have been even better than that, but that is still great, very, very good. So if you're looking for a sidearm, you don't have one yet, this is a great one to start off with. Like I said though, you're going to need to get lube in there, and you're going to have to get yourself plenty of CO2 bulbs, like the one in the magazine here, because like me, you're going to be one out there in the range firing it a good few times, just enjoying the gun. So guys, check out Redwolf, and the links in the description below. I'll put up a couple of their videos here and here. You can of course check out my Marui version of this as well down in that annotation there. Don't forget to subscribe to us. We do a gun review every single Sunday, as well as midweek episodes, and we will see you next time.